Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today is Tuesday, December 3rd, and we still have one House race remaining to be called in the state of California, California District 13. However, we do have some new numbers that have come in, and we have an article that does offer some very interesting insight into the situation currently unfolding in California 13 between Republican incumbent John Duarte and Democratic challenger Adam Gray. So first things first, I'm going to go over the article, and then at the end of the video, I'll show you the updated vote numbers and where things stand. So right now in the article, starts off by first showing a picture of California Secretary of State Shirley Weber, and the article begins by saying that almost 1 month after Election Day, the congressional race in California District 13 is still too close to call it in a neck-and-neck finish. Right now, the Democratic challenger Adam Gray is leading by nearly 200 votes over Republican Congressman John Duarte in the Central Valley District that voted in favor of recalling Governor Gavin Newsom in 2022. That's actually an interesting piece of information I did not know prior to this. If Republicans lose this seat, they'll only have a 5-seat majority in the House of Representatives, and Democrats will flip 2 congressional races in an election in which Vice President Kamala Harris failed to flip a single county. A first for the presidential candidate since 1932. As for this race itself, there's 1,576 unprocessed ballots and 10,120 ballots which need to be, quote, cured, ballots to be corrected by voters for a variety of reasons, but typically having to do with the signature verification or improperly filled out ballots. The race is likely to be determined by the curing process, which means we cannot, in all likelihood, call this race until all the ballots are cured and everything is squared away. While election officials formally carry out the curing, political parties, nonprofits, and political action committees often conduct labor-intensive and sometimes costly direct outreach to voters whose ballots are in need of curing. California does not have an automatic recount rule, but local voters can file for a recount day starting on the 31st day after the election. However, California's Secretary of State must certify results no later than 38 days after an election. Because a recount can be requested up to 5 days after the 31st day of the election, it's possible for recounts to finish after official certification. So even if whoever wins this race, it is declared, that does not stop the candidate from issuing a recount within 5 days of the winner being declared. If a recount finds a new winner, the election must be recertified. All of the ballots cast in an entire jurisdiction must be recounted to change the contest result. The 13th Congressional District includes Merced County, most of the population of Madera County, and parts of Fresno, San Joaquin, and Stanislaus counties. Across the aforementioned counties, 10,120 ballots remain to be cured, a figure that does not include the 1,576 unprocessed ballots across the counties. California Secretary of State Shirley Weber has until December 13th to certify the election results of the election. When there were 1.7 million uncounted ballots over a week after the election, Weber told reporters she and the state's election officials take, quote, pride in not being rushed. And that is reported by Kenneth Schrupp, a reporter for thecentersquare.com. That's where I'm getting this article from. So this article offers some very good and very important information about this race, including that there are over 10,120 ballots which remain to be cured, a figure that does not include the 1,576 unprocessed ballots across the counties. So that is very, very important. So what does that mean? Well, that means there is still 1,576 unprocessed ballots that are not currently factored into the vote totals. So what I mean is, looking at California 13, right now there's been 210,519 votes counted. That number, that 1,576 votes are still needing to be added to the current vote total. All the 10,000 cured votes have already been counted, but they need to be cured to ensure that all the votes are accurate and there's nothing fishy going on. The 1,500 votes are not yet factored into the totals and need to be factored in. So once that happens, it'll probably end up around, add 500 up to 211, add another 1,000. It'll be about 212,000 votes fully reported when all the votes come in. So there is still over 1,500 votes remaining to be counted across the district. Where do things stand right now? Right now, Democratic challenger Adam Gray holds a lead over Republican John Duarte, 105,331 to 105,188. This is a race that has actually gotten very, very close in the last few days, where it was always been very close, but Adam Gray actually had a larger lead over John Duarte, up over close to 400 votes. When you look at the difference between Adam Gray and John Duarte right now, it's a difference of approximately 143 votes separating the Republican congressman and the Democratic challenger. And this has actually gotten smaller after the latest number of cured votes have come in, specifically for Merced County and Madera County. These two votes have been cured in these areas that have come in and actually shortened the lead for Gray by about 20 votes, adding to Duarte's column. So this race is 143 votes left. This is an incredibly close race. And it truly is right now anyone's game. Certainly it seems Adam Gray has the advantage over John Duarte, but with the 1,500 votes remaining to be counted and the over 10,000 votes that need to be cured, there is still enough math for either Adam Gray or John Duarte to win. 50.03, 49.97. This is incredibly close. And I have not seen any indication from either candidate or either campaign, but I do expect once these votes are certified and the election is over, a recount will likely be requested by one of the candidates, whoever loses this election, given how close it is. That's purely speculation. I have not seen any reports that suggest that, but I would be pretty surprised if that does not happen. Looking at the areas right now, just giving you a quick rundown, we have Merced County, which currently Adam Gray is leading 51% to 49%, about 42,600 votes to 40,250 votes. This one is very close. Adam Gray currently has a lead here. Madera County, John Duarte is leading 57% to 43%, about 19,000 votes to 14,400 votes. Fresno County, 56% for John Duarte, 44% for Adam Gray, about 11,300 votes to 8,000, coming up on 8,900 votes. And we have Stanislaus County, where it's 53% for Adam Gray, 47% for John Duarte, 31,334 votes, 27,424 votes. Looking at San Joaquin County, we have 54% to 46% in favor of Gray, 8,000 or so votes for Adam Gray, nearly 7,000 votes for John Duarte. That's where things stand right now. As for the overall ballot vote count for each congressional district or congressional area, Merced County right now is about 82,905 votes in. Stanislaus County is 58,758 votes. Madera County, 33,597 votes. Fresno, 20,200 votes. And San Joaquin, 15,059 votes. So where do things stand right now? Well, we know statewide that 1,500 votes or so remaining are across the entire district. We don't know exactly where they're coming from, how much they're coming from each respective area. What we do know is this race is super close, and that 15% is about 1% of the vote remaining, if not less. So we know this election is very close to being over in terms of the votes that are still remaining to be counted. But what we do know is in the last few days or so, the votes that have come in out of Merced County has actually narrowly given a little bit of a boost to Republican John Duarte. So not that Adam Gray, once the rest of the votes come in, maybe his numbers will grow, but at least in the past few days, the numbers have made Gray's lead over Duarte a little bit smaller. So that 1,500 votes or so that are still out there, we're going to need to wait and see where those votes come in from, as they could play the difference between where the votes come in from and whether they win in what counties. Because you're looking at the largest county in the district, Merced County. Right now, Gray has a little bit of a lead of a margin of about 3%. If these votes come in, they give a boost for Duarte over Gray, well, maybe that might be enough to get him within striking distance of flipping this seat, where then the cured ballots, maybe even if only 5 ballots flip, that could flip the race. That's a pure hypothetical. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that is certainly possible. It is also certainly possible the votes come in and change nothing, and Adam Gray ends up maybe even gaining on his lead and officially being declared the winner in this district. So we have to count the votes, wait and see where they come in from, and that's going to be very fascinating to watch. And one more time before I end the video, I do just want to mention again, 1,576 unprocessed ballots across the counties and 10,120 ballots remaining to be cured. And at the absolute latest, we're going to know a situation on this by December 13th. And I know, December 13th, that would be over, a month and a week since Election Day. This is crazy, but that's the situation right now. We'll have an answer on this race by December 13th when all things are said and done. I would not be shocked if this goes until December 13th. It is possible it gets called beforehand if all the votes get in and get cured, but we should know by the latest by December 13th, so just 10 days from now. That's where things stand right now. in the votes in California 13. And once this race is decided, that'll either give the Democrats a seat, putting them up to 215, or Republicans a seat, bringing Republicans up to 221. So that is the latest update and news in California District 13. As always, if anything changes in this district like they did in this video, I will put out a video updating what the situation is and what has changed. In the meantime, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to give this video a like, click subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I hope to see you in a future video. That will do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a like. And if you really liked it, please remember to click the subscribe button and make sure you turn post notifications on so you always get notified when I post a new video. That way you never miss one. Also, please remember to share this video with your friends and family if you really like the video. And remember to stay tuned because I'll be posting at least one video every single day leading up until Election Day. So I'd really appreciate it if you keep coming back and watching those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.